Yo, you're watching Shurkou and we are back with some more Wild Rift Esports, and as you can see we are jumping straight into the draft. MBR going up against Victim in the Indonesian Icon series. And right off the get-go, MBR decides to ban out Ziggs and Galio, so two really powerful mid laners instantly banned out. Meanwhile, on the other side we have the Baron laners being targeted by Victim. Akali and Fiora, probably the two strongest Baron laners taken out, and Akali can also be picked in the mid lane. So lots of mid laners taken off the picture. Gragas instantly picked up. He can go mid lane for the side of MBR. Then we have a Camille and a Janna pick. So Janna not banned out. Probably the most powerful mid laner. Picked up instantly. Meanwhile, we have Lee Sin and an Ezreal locked in. Then a Janna and a Tristana. So right off the get-go, huge late game draft coming out by Victim. Finished off with the Jarvan. And then we have the Lux in the support position. And the Annie in the mid lane position. Which is why I'm making this video. Because we don't see Annie often. People really underestimate Annie. But in my opinion, the only reason why Annie is not seen in your solo queue match, hold up, there's already a first blood. Let me move my camera. The only reason why you're not seeing Annie in your solo queue matches has nothing to do with her strength. It has only to do with her being not as exciting to play as something like a Diana or an Akali. And I didn't even miss anything. The spectators completely missed it while the client was loading in to the game. Someone already got first blood. I guess Janna just got caught out, got cheesed there by the level 1 invade, and couldn't escape. She didn't even bother using flash. And on the other side, no one used anything except for Annie with her ignite. The Janna used her heal though. So even trade in summoners, and we have an easy kill. I believe Lee Sin got it, so he's going to be really happy with that early first blood. Going to his pocket, yes, he did. So he's already big time ahead, okay? He's already so far ahead of this Jarvan. And Lee Sin against Jarvan is a very easy matchup. Lee Sin completely bops him throughout the entire game. We have Gragas aggressively trading with that Camille. But while I'm saying that, Lee Sin already goes for an early game gank and gets that Janna again. This time she did use flash, but man, she still died. That is absolutely insane. And the Lux ended up using her flash though. Now this Jarvan has to invade this blue buff. He has to know Lee Sin is still bot. He wants to instead go for a gank for himself, but he didn't even force the flash. Now the Janna just rotates away, rotates to the Skull Crab, and tries to help the Jarvan with that, but he doesn't really need help. He does not really need help with it, I believe. A little bit of a misallocated resource there. She should have just gone bot in my opinion. But and I really think Jarvan should have invaded that blue buff. He had a window instead of ganking the Annie, but I guess he decided it is not worth. I didn't check the health bars of Gragas and Camille. I believe she is losing a little bit though, so I guess he was scared of the Gragas collapsing onto the blue buff and ganking him. But yeah, Lee Sin pretty much gets off scot-free. Easy peasy early game for him. Already securing 2 kills. Didn't lose his buff for this early game commitment onto that bot lane gank. So he's really happy. Lee Sin looking strong right now. He's going to go back. He's going to spend that money. He buys a serrated Dirk. I'm sure he can buy some more stuff. He probably bought boots as well, or maybe even a Clofields. I'm not sure, but with 2 kills, you're looking very fed at 3 minutes into the game. I believe you can have 2 components already. And oh my goodness, this Janna is really struggling. But the interesting thing about these drafts is, okay, you have Ezreal, you have Lux. This is a very powerful early game dual lane combo. Probably one of the strongest ones. They are pretty decent late game, but nothing compared to a Janna and Tristana, right? You have Lee Sin against Jarvan. Again, Jarvan is supposed to be a strong early game jungler, but because Lee Sin just takes the cake there, he can easily duel him, he can easily win every skirmish against the Jarvan, every 2v2, every 3v3. You have, once again, the Lee Sin, the Jarvan is just gonna not do too much early game, okay? He is pretty decent late game because of that ultimate, the way they play in esports, he goes full tank, he's just about that ultimate, catching the people in it. And considering they're playing against the Lux and an Annie, which don't have dashes in their kit, it's going to be very powerful in the late game. Then you have a Diana against an Annie. Annie is okay late game, not bad, but I would say Diana is much more powerful there. Then you have Camille against Gragas. Again, Gragas is completely fine late game, but again, Camille is just an absolute queen late game, right? So you have something brewing here. If MBR is not able to finish this game early on, then we might see a fat comeback here by Victim, because honestly they're already 1.5k gold behind, 4 minutes into the game. It is not looking too hot for them. The Ocean Drake just spawned. It is lucky that it is a bad dragon. Ocean Drake really not that strong. It is pretty decent as a first dragon, because you will have the lifesteal for the remainder of the laning phase, which will definitely help everybody sustain, and yeah, it is gonna turn these lanes into even harder victories than they are already for MBR. And I really don't think Victim can fight this. We'll see if they will try. They have the Diana ult, it is pretty powerful. Gragas is completely caught out here. He can just get ulted by the Camille. He flashes away. She decides not to pop it. And we have the fight breaking out on the other side, but a huge Diana ult. However, the Tristana already died, so there's not too much follow-up damage right there. The Diana gets bopped by the Lee Sin. He has to flash out though. The Jarvan will surely finish off the kill. He won't. He doesn't even get that one. In the end, the Tristana ended up dying. She already respawned, but still ended up dying there at the start of the team fight, so the damage is missing. Then you have an easy follow-up onto the Camille and the Jarvan, and we have an easy team fight victory for MBR, and also the Dragon going into their pocket. Now, is this gonna be a fat comeback? We'll see. We'll see. They definitely have the potential here, Victim. As I said, if the Tristana even survived in that fight early on, if they didn't waste their time with Gragas, you know, they might have been able to turn that game right there. But in the end, MBR gets everything. The Rift Herald just spawned as well, and as you can see on the minimap, MBR already has a beautiful position on it. And they have a beautiful ganking position. Both skill shots end up missing though, but I think the Lee Sin could have kicked. Oh, he doesn't have kick. Never mind. Oh, they die anyway. Too much damage coming in right here. After that previous fight, the summoner spells are down, so very easy ganks there. MBR missed the Lux Binding and the Lee Sin resonating. No, it's a Sonic Wave, I believe. They missed that, and right at the start of that engagement, and they still get the kills. That is how simple it is. That is how far ahead they are, and they are looking at a 4,000 gold lead pretty much, and they are also taking down that Rift Herald. That Gragas is a little bit in a pinch. Not really. He gets ganked, but nothing really comes out of it. And the Jarvan tries to steal it. Not worth, because not only do you lose your life, you also lose that Guardian Angel passive, which is big. It has a very long cooldown now, ever since those nerfs a couple of months ago. And just really shaky gameplay here by Victim. Again, they have the comeback potential. Now, I'm not gonna spoil you here, okay? But let's just say, I'm not gonna tell you who wins. But let's just say, guys, let's be real, I wouldn't show you a stop. So if Victim doesn't at least have a fighting chance here, we wouldn't be reviewing this. And I'm telling you this now, because 7 minutes in, 7-0, 5,000 gold lead, you're probably thinking I'm trolling you at this point. Because, guys, let's be real, no one likes stumps. I'm not showing you a stump, okay? But I'm not telling you who wins. Because at the end of the day, this is a fat gold lead. Even if Victim wins maybe a team fight, maybe two. Hey, if there's too many towers down, you know how the game goes usually. So we'll see. It's gonna be a banger though, trust me. We have the Gragas going in. Ooh, he will get a return kill. Yeah, he gets the easy follow-up with the Q. Very nice Lux Binding again. Very, but that's a nice little EQ flash by the Jarvan. Connects the flash onto the Gragas, but the Gragas is too tanky. However, the assassin Tristana jumps in, gets the kill, but it is not for free, because they lose both their lives at the end, the support and the marksman as well. That was a very cheeky little play though by Tristana. Huge fan of that marksman right now. You just jump in, you can use the E while you're jumping. It is so cool. You throw that E, you auto attack and ult, you cancel the auto attack animation with the ult, and it just looks so cool. And after the ult, you can most of the time also auto attack again. So it kicks them away and the last little auto attack flies after them. I love it. I love it. And that's exactly what Exacto did here. I didn't even go for that joke. Exactly what Exacto did here. I didn't even go for it. I didn't see his name until after I said exactly. But that was beautiful. And he is amassing some nice little damage. However, he's not going for any attack speed. He's only relying on the Janna Ardent Sensor and on his Rapid Fire, on his first ability for attack speed. And the Ardent Sensor is going to be completed soon. He's sitting at an Infinity Edge, a Vampiric Scepter, and an Executioner's Calling. He's probably going to go for a Blade of the Ruined King now, but so far no attack speed build. We have the Rift Herald being plopped down in the mid lane. Victim was able to secure that. The Diana pushes down the tower, has to flash away, but still pretty good. That is a huge engagement by the Jarvan though. Huge follow-up by the Diana as well. This is looking good for Victim. They are gonna get that Lee Sin, his GA, and yeah, they do get him. He wasn't able to do anything there. I think he kicked the Camille away, but nothing else happened. So they are able to trade 2 for 1. That is actually really good for Victim. They are clawing their way back into this game. The dragon is being taken down right now, but both teams disengage it. Now once again, you can see Victim is coming online. However, that is a big mistake. The Camille flash is very sad that it was wasted. The Diana jumps in just to clear the wave. She doesn't have her ultimate, so no danger there. The Camille jumps in, uses her ultimate, but she just drops to the Lux ult. Huge mistake there. The Diana gets away with her life. A little bit lucky. I believe the Lux has the Spooky Ghost boot enchantment, which is very, very interesting. We don't see that often. I really like it, but we don't see that often. I think it's a great enchant, especially for someone like Lux, because you set up your Q binding very easily, because you just slow them down. Now, of course, after this failed engagement by the Camille, we have the dragon going down to MBR very, very easily. Very well played so far by both teams, honestly. Victim stepping up their game. Mistake by Camille, but other than that, the previous fight was played extremely well. Nice combo by Jarvan and Diana. We didn't even touch upon that yet, but that is, of course, a very potent combo for the late game, for the early game, for everything. These two ultimates are beautiful together. And now we have the Blade of the Ruined King completed on the Tristana, and she's gonna go for some crit chance now. Probably for either a Phantom Dancer or a Rapid Fire Cannon. I like the Static Shift, but we probably won't see that coming out. I like the Static Shift for the damage. I like the Phantom Dancer more so than the Rapid Fire Cannon lately, because the stats are pretty much equal, I believe. I think they're exactly equal, but the shield is a little bit more useful than the extra range every couple auto attacks, in my opinion. The shield is just, on the Phantom Dancer, is honestly broken. So yeah, we have Janna just completely dove there, no business being there. She's getting caught a lot this game. Very worrisome trend right now for Victim. And we have still a 6,000 gold lead. Very nice gold lead for MBR. Very significant at this gold total. So they are honestly in a really good spot. And guys, Wild Rift is a very snowbally game. We will see what happens. But hey, we also have a very explosive team fight coming out by MBR. They have the Annie ult engage into the Lee Sin kick, into the Gragas barrel, into the Ezreal ult, right? Into the Lux ult. We have some huge burst. So if Victim doesn't watch out, they will very rapidly lose the key members of their team in the blink of an eye, which are of course the Diana and that Tristana. Now we have Jarvan trying to secure this Skull Grab. He gets a little bit caught out, is able to flag and drag away to safety, but takes a lot of damage by this Annie. And again, As I said right at the start of this video, that Janna has to flash their beautiful Lux binding. As I said at the start of this video, by the way, keep an eye on the minimap because Camille should be winning the 1v1 right now against Gragas. She didn't use ult yet, she has Ignite. I believe she can easily bop him at this point. I would have to see the items, but at this point, 14 minutes into the game, even if she's half an item behind, which she probably is, she should do pretty well. She gets a nice little flank here onto that Ezreal, I believe, and he gets taken out instantly. Beautifully done. She gets the shutdown as well. That's a lot of gold going to the Camille. Now the Annie engages onto the Tristana, but Tristana is able to jump away. That was so close, guys. The Camille gets finished up as well. Guys, when Tristana uses her jump while she's in the jump animation already, it can't get cancelled anymore. But before that, while she's trying to jump, it can get cancelled. And it was very close because Annie, of course, used the stun ultimate onto that Tristana. Tristana ends up dropping in the end anyway because he was trying to defend that tower, wasn't able to. And I believe that should be maybe Baron going over to the side of MBR, but it seems like they are not at healthy health bars, so they have to go back in the end. Now let's check these items of Gragas. He's going for that hybrid build. I'm a huge fan of that. You guys know that. I go for the same build pretty much. I go for a Leandris instead of, I believe he's going for a Deadman's Plate now, but that is of course up to preference. And we have Camille with a lot of magic resistance and a Trinity Force. Now let me just go back real quick because we need to see the gold totals. We have Gragas at exactly what I said, roughly half an item gold lead, 1.5k gold. She should still be able to win. She should still have enough damage to win that matchup. Beautiful engage by the Gragas. No counterplay there by the Diana. She doesn't have her flash. She gets popped instantly. Gragas barrel right into the Annie ultimate, and that is a clean one shot. That's what I'm talking about with the burst. Diana is a very tanky champion with her shield. Doesn't do anything against so much burst, man. You just get taken out instantly. Free dragon once again going over to MBR, and that is 3 dragons, and they have an infernal drake as well. So if they get this last little mountain elder isn't too scary, but because it buffs up the other 3 dragons, right? That is gonna be the scary part, because you already have 3 dragons. It's gonna make that mountain just so incredibly strong. Bonus percentages for each dragon you already have of that shield, so that Gragas is going to be unkillable. The Camille is not going to be able to win that matchup anymore at that point. And yeah, we're 17 minutes in almost, and it is not looking good for Victim. It is not looking good at all. They are 8,000 gold behind. Ay, 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 ay. Now this Gragas is still beating her. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Hybrid Gragas is just completely broken, because that's what we're seeing here. Use the explosive cask, she is able to dash away from it. However, that is a low health Camille now, and Baron is up on the plate. Camille is trying to rotate away, but if she does, MBR is just not gonna do the dragon. Baron, excuse me. And the Gragas is just gonna get these towers because he has the second ability and that Iceborne Gauntlet. He shreds towers. I'm telling you guys, Hybrid Gragas is such a beauty to play. And yeah, you can play him in the jungle, you can play him in the Baron lane. It is beautiful. You can play in mid lane as well. Boo! The Annie gets completely caught out. Huge mistake there, sitting there by herself. And I think that's gonna be an easy teamfight victory for Victim, because no Annie. The Tristana is still alive. Oh, she gets caught by the binding, but uses her Zhonya's, and now she is just gonna clean up that teamfight. She jumps in deep, gets hit by the binding again, but not enough damage coming out by Ezreal. This is the late game I'm talking about. This is the late game Tristana I was talking about. She even made mistakes in that fight. She got caught twice. One time she used the Zhonya's, the second time she just lifestealed and outdamaged the Ezreal. That is the late game strength, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge comeback. You didn't believe it. Even though I was teasing it at the 7-minute mark, you didn't believe it. You did not believe it. I didn't believe it either. It is absolutely insane. 8,000 gold behind, and he makes a mistake, and bam, huge comeback. And this is what I keep talking about when I'm streaming and when I complain about how punishing this game is. Because at the end of the day, a single mistake, you can play so well all game, and then you make a single mistake, and the game is just instantly lost, man. The enemies, did the victim deserve to win here? They made so many mistakes early and mid game, but late game, the enemies made one, and boom, easy victory, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. If you think the game is frustrating to play because of this, if Riot should try to fix the balance a little bit, maybe lower the death timers in the late game, or I don't know, something, or maybe make the early game deaths matter more, and the late game deaths, you know, so the early game mistakes are also very punishing, or I don't know, whatever. We have probably the biggest comeback in Wild Rift history. I mean, look at this, man. Look at the damage numbers. They say everything. They are telling the whole story about this game. 25,000 on Ezreal because he was just destroying the enemies early game, mid game. But then Tristana has one single team fight, and this is where most of this 18,000 damage comes from. And it's an easy victory for them. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell if you don't want to miss these esports videos. And while I was recording this, actually, I saw that live there is the Filipino Icon series is continuing finally. Okay, you saw that we were covering a lot of these older matches now, like they were 2 weeks old, because we didn't have any new content. All the Icon series were at kind of a pause. So we were covering a lot of Indonesian games because they were the newest ones. However, now finally we will see some very fresh ones on the newest patch. I hope we will see some Rengar. So that's going to be exciting. Going to come in a couple of hours/days, probably like 30 hours or something on this channel. So, hey, anyway, I'm not going to bore you too much with this outro here. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys the next time. Peace.